and welcome. We're about to take a look into the economic crystal ball for 2025. And we're going to skip past a lot of the usual noise and focus on the really big stuff, the key numbers and the two massive colliding forces you've got to understand to make sense of the coming year. Let's dive right in. So here's the big question, right? The one on everybody's mind. When we look at the global economy in 2025, are we sailing into some serious headwinds that are going to slow us down? Or are there powerful tailwinds at our back, ready to push us forward? Everything else we're going to talk about really comes back to this one question. And here's our first clue. The initial forecast for global GDP growth is sitting at 2.7%. Okay, so what does a number like that even mean? Well, it suggests a year of, let's say, modest growth. But it's also kind of sluggish. It's not a recession, thank goodness, but it's definitely not a roaring boom either. It's the sign of an economy that's, well, it's moving, but it's doing so very, very cautiously.
And that brings us to the first major force shaping that number, the AI productivity boom. Now, this isn't just about some cool new gadgets. This is a fundamental economic shift. But as we're about to see, it is absolutely a double-edged sword.
Before we go any further, let's just make sure we're on the same page. When we talk about an AI productivity boom, what are we really saying? We're talking about the incredible power of artificial intelligence to make businesses run way faster and way smarter. We're talking about inventing entirely new products and services and completely turning major industries on their head. It is a huge wave of potential change. And this right here captures the core tension perfectly. On one side, you've got this incredible promise, right? Massive efficiency gains for companies, a huge boost to innovation. But then you have the other side of the coin, the peril. And that's the very real risk of job displacement for people whose roles get automated, and the potential for a growing gap between those who own the tech and those who don't. And listen, this isn't some abstract, far-off idea. It is happening right now, and these are the industries right on the front lines. Tech, well, that's a no-brainer, but also healthcare, with AI helping diagnose diseases, finance, with algorithms making trades in microseconds, and manufacturing, with super-efficient automated factories. The change is coming for everyone, but it's hitting here first, and you can bet each of these is going to be a political battleground over how this tech gets used. Okay, so let's shift gears. Let's go from the code to the votes, because the second dominant force of 2025 is all about geopolitics. While AI is speeding up on a path we can kind of predict, another, far more unpredictable force is building steam. And this is the one that's going to decide the rules for all those tech battlegrounds we just talked about. I mean, just look at this timeline. We're talking about a concentration of globally important elections that is almost unheard of. You've got the world's largest democracy in India, the massive economic bloc of the European Parliament, and key G7 nations like the UK and the United States. This isn't just a few local events, it's a worldwide political moment. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets to the very heart of why all this matters for the economy. Markets, investors, businesses, they all run on predictability. They need to know the rules of the game. But a year that's packed with high-stakes elections, where policies on trade, on regulation, on investment could all change overnight, that delivers the exact opposite. It delivers uncertainty in spades. And you can see exactly what that uncertainty looks like in the real world on this chart. It's not just a feeling. It translates into very real economic risks. You've got the threat of new tariffs or trade wars that could mess up global supply chains. You get businesses that might just sit on their cash and delay big investments, waiting to see who wins. And of course, currencies can swing like a pendulum based on who's in power. So we've got these two giant forces: AI accelerating at an incredible pace, and global politics becoming completely unpredictable. But the most important thing to understand is that they don't exist in separate bubbles. The real story of 2025 is how they are going to crash right into each other. This table does a fantastic job of laying it all out. You've got AI bringing productivity but also disruption, and its main feature is that it's just getting faster and faster. Then you have global elections creating uncertainty and volatility, and their defining feature is that they're, well, totally unpredictable. One story is driven by code, the other is driven by human choices. And here it is. This is the crucial point. You simply cannot understand one of these stories without understanding the other. Think about it. How will the new governments elected in 2025 choose to regulate AI? Will they try to boost its growth, or will they try to put the brakes on? Will they use AI to supercharge their economies, or as a weapon in some new kind of Cold War?
The answers to these political questions will directly shape the future of technology, and vice versa.
All right, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's pull it all together and really focus on the key takeaways. As we head into 2025, what should you actually be keeping an eye on? Honestly, it boils down to these three things. First, remember that 2.7% number. The economy is growing, but that growth is fragile. Second, keep a close watch on the AI revolution, both the incredible breakthroughs and the social disruption it's going to cause. And third, brace yourself for political uncertainty. The outcomes of these elections are going to send economic ripples all across the globe. And all of that leaves us with one final fascinating question to think about. As we look at the year ahead, what's really in the driver's seat? Will the biggest economic shifts be driven by the cold, hard logic of the code being written in our computers, or by the passionate, unpredictable will of the people expressed in ballot boxes all around the world? That right there is the central drama of 2025.